Hello, this is Reg with PaxAriaGaming. Welcome to episode 11 of Crimson Desert. Here we're picking up where we left off at the last episode, 10. We are playing as Oongka. This is the end of Chapter 7, Homecoming. We will be starting Chapter 8 in this episode as well. So, because this is the first time playing as him, I have no idea what his movesets are. I know that's his weapon. I don't want to get too close to the edge because I don't know whether he can fly like Kliff. So we're going to take a look at his skills. So at the base level, we probably have the same skill. So for spirit, stamina, and health, we probably have whatever Kliff had in terms of the base. With the little branches are a little different for each of them. So we're going to add grappling. Clothesline. I don't know how long we're going to be playing as him. We still haven't played as Damien yet. I'm guessing there'll be a quest that involves her just like this one. At this point, we've invested a lot of time and energy and skills and all that good stuff into Kliff. I don't think there's a scenario under which you can play the remainder of the game as either Damien or Oongka. I think Kliff is still going to be the main protagonist. But at least for this particular quest, since Kliff is injured and recovering, we're going to be playing as Oongka. So, what we're going to be doing is...
At ease, wayfarer.
Well, after we talk to this guy.
Not the finest goods you'll find, but they'll serve you well enough. What can I help you find?
Must be a beekeeper nearby. I know there's a build where you can have bees that you send to attack people. I guess we have to find the apiary first. I know there's an apiary somewhere in Pailune.
My thanks. No deal's off the table if the money's good. No one's bound to deal with me. Farewell.
One of the other things I learned is that back at Howling Hill, that camp, especially if you expand the camp, you can just go take the meat from behind the guy who cooks for you. I guess it replenishes every day, so you don't actually have to go out and buy meat. You can also take silver. So you should actually, every time you go to your camp on a different day,
the jackals.
You should definitely scour the place.
We've gathered some leads. People say they spotted the jackals prowling around. They're likely holed up somewhere close.
But the strange thing is, there's not a single black bear to be found. It seems to me they've stopped working together. That makes sense, seeing as only jackals remain in the area.
Who knows what they're scheming?
So, what do you think, Oongka? What do we do? Can't just hunt down one and not the other, eh? Well, if they've really split up, all the better for us, eh? You lot take Myrden, we'll go after Ludvig. No need to waste too many of ours on a pack of fucking jackals, is there?
No. You go after Myrden. Ludvig's mine.
Suit yourself.
Morrow, friend.
Okay, well, he's not too far away. If this is where he's located, and not just a spot that tells us once we get there that he's located somewhere else. I wonder if Oongka has a horse.
I'm here to help.
He probably does, but since this is so close, I'm not going to worry about the horse at this point. Well, maybe he can fly. He's got some jumping ability. It's funny because even in Elden Ring, even though I had a horse or a steed, I found myself walking and running a lot of places. Alright, who's this chap? He looks a little nervous. Is it because I'm an orc? Not gonna hurt you, buddy. What's up?
Are you alright?
Greymane! Oh, the jackals just came out of nowhere, tore the place apart, scared me half to death. I crawled like a dog, just to get out alive.
Calm yourself. You're safe now.
Solomon's shade. My legs still won't stop shaking.
Were any missing a hand?
Yeah, one of them stood out, had a bloody stump for a hand. Was still swinging his sword like mad. Never seen anything like it.
Did you see where he went?
No, I was too busy hiding. Too scared to look.
Okay, so we have tracking ability. I actually wish we could use this more. So far I've only used it when prompted. I don't know whether you can use it when you're... I guess you can't, because it's the same thing as the lamp. So I guess you can only use it when prompted, but it would be nice to have this all the time. Because some of the locations you have to get to are not easy to figure out how to get to. In some cases because they're in a cave, and until you get close to it, you won't discover that it's actually a cave. Okay, making sure I'm going in the right direction here. So we're definitely going to do the Ludvig thing. And I believe that's going to bring us to the end of this chapter 7. He's a boss, and we fought him as Kliff, and now we'll be fighting him as Oongka. And I'm guessing we won't get to Myrden unless this chapter extends beyond Ludvig. We won't get to Myrden until the next chapter. I'm actually surprised that we end up fighting these guys multiple times. as I mentioned, there are 26, I guess, main bosses in the game. There's 75 total bosses. So the non-main ones, you know, called field bosses or something along those lines. The main ones, I don't know what this little building is for. Maybe it's for Kliff. The main ones, I don't think you can not fight. I think you have to fight them. Some of the other ones are optional. Like, I know where to find the infinite arrows to Abyss Gear. You have to fight the Harpy Queen. I won't be doing that in this episode. I'll probably do it in the next episode. But she wouldn't be considered a main boss, because I think you don't have to fight her. I think it's just one of those things that you do as one of the Pailune Militia quests. So there are a few of those. I mean, you're rewarded for fighting them. You get either decent armor, or you get an Abyss Gear, or you get one of those kinds of things. I haven't gotten into the socketing of Abyss Gears and stuff like that yet. I would say I'll probably do it before I get to the end of chapter 8, because the enemies are getting stronger, and I think I'm not actually maxing out my let's unlock this, my abilities yet. I mean, I've been able to defeat every boss. I haven't gotten stuck on one where I just can't fight. Earlier, a few episodes back, I actually went back to fight Altumbra and a couple other bosses that I got stuck on. But I think that had more to do with me rather than I needed to level things up, because I haven't refined. I did, I think, one refinement to a sword that I'm no longer using. But I have found better weapons, and that has helped. In one case, I went in search of the weapon. I'll do that again. I've tried not to buy weapons because I don't think you need to. I think you actually can find really good weapons in a game. Okay. What are we looking at? Got a cutscene.
This.
Shame. Was hoping that took your head.
And we have a 1v1 with One-Armed Ludvig.
On the road. They should be grateful. I spared them a life of wretched servitude.
This is going to be a tough fight because I have no idea how to
I'll
fight
give you the same gift
as
I
Oongka.
gave them. I can't wait to see Kliff's face. When I send him the head of his precious pet orc.
I'm definitely not liking the whole funky camera angle, zoom in, zoom out thing. That move just is not a good move for this particular fight. Okay, well, I got him that time. The problem is once you start hacking like that, you're sort of stuck in the particular animation. And he moves around, Ludvig moves around pretty well. Okay, so this is Oongka's rage thing, which is one of his skills. I'm not sure what exactly it's supposed to do. I assumed it would make him hit harder, but I might be wrong about that, because I don't think it had any effect whatsoever. But I'm assuming this is a one-phase fight because of the health bar that he had. Like that. See, once you start it, and if he's out of range, to me, you're really doing nothing. And Ludvig moves around so much that I don't think using that against him is as good. I think against other enemies it might work out perfectly. So against big, slow-moving enemies, I think it would be perfect.
Any last words?
Well, nothing I say is gonna change your mind, is it? Mjolnir, he promised me all of Pailune if I removed an obstacle for him. So the jackals could finally outshine the Greymaids. Does it look familiar?
You had a hand in Jian's death.
Pailune would have become mine. If you fuckers had just stayed away. Mine. Forever!
Not worth listening to your rambling.
I am guessing that Ludvig is really gone this time. Okay, return to my comrades. That little cogwheel that you see that you saw in the middle of the mini map, do not click on that unless you want to fight him all over again. I made the mistake of clicking on that because I didn't know what it was. I guess that was added after one of the patches because it wasn't always there after a boss fight. And I ended up having to fight him again. I tried 3 other times. He beat me all 3 times and I decided, okay, don't need to do that. Once you beat him the first time, you've already beaten him. And you can move on to the next quest. I'm not sure what the purpose of fighting him again would be. Maybe test your skills? I'm not sure about that. I learned the hard way. Do not click on that. Oh, we're here for Jian's funeral.
Oongka, you hear? Everyone wanted parting words with Jian down there.
Interesting, because I thought in the opening sequence of the game, I thought he was already buried, but either he wasn't, or they've decided to move him, or something. I thought he was buried in that. Because when Kliff went to pay his respects, it was next to a mound that had a bunch of swords sticking out of it, so I'm not sure unless I'm misremembering it. But I do remember that. I don't think I'm misremembering
Good
it.
to see you.
Ah, there you are.
Okay, that ends chapter 7. We begin chapter 8. Blood Coronation. Outskirts of Demonis. It's Damien, who apparently has had a run-in with some people. We obviously aren't going to finish chapter 8 in this episode, but we can at least get a good chunk of it. Or whether we'll get a good. I don't know whether we'll get a good chunk of it done, but we'll get some of it done. We'll at least get it started. And since so we'll be able to play as Oongka. Reconstructing Pailune. So I guess this is a little bit like Hernand. Although we didn't really have to reconstruct Hernand. So we're going to go chat with Torstein. So yeah, I guess like Hernand, there will be different things that we can do around and in Pailune for the region. I know there are militia quests, in addition to faction quests and challenges and things like that, just like in Hernand. And I guess this would be true of all of the regions, actually. Okay, good to be back as Kliff. Yeah, I don't know why I had that on. Might have been something I was doing in between video. I for some reason I don't ever remember to take the mask off once it's on. Because if it's a boss fight, you won't see the mask because the helmet will be on. Alright, so let's go talk to Torstein, see what he's up to.
You holding up? Come, walk with me.
And if you remember, the reason we were playing as Oongka at the beginning of the game, Kliff got injured fighting...
It took far too long to reclaim our land.
Fighting Mirrodin.
I just wish Jian was alive to see it.
Ludvig jumped up behind him and shoved him down the side of a cliff.
As it must. Aye, there's no doubt about that. I'll be taking charge of Pailune for now. There's plenty that needs fixing. Homes in ruin, walls in shambles, fields gone to dust. You got your hands full. Huh. Better than just sitting on them. With time, Pailune will be standing proud again. I don't know if Dwayne's told you this, but he's planning to stay and help rebuild. Because of Ludvig? Aye. Guilt still hangs heavy on him. He'll get the town ready to welcome back its residents. I've no doubt he's the best person for the job. The jackals are done. They all scattered quick as Ludvig fell. But the black bears are the real problem. For Pailune to be rid of them, we need to take down Muirden. We know where he's headed. We should press the advantage while we have it. It's time to finish this bear hunt. It seems Muirden's fled to Demonis.
Interesting.
We found signs the black bears are moving that way as well. Naira and Andrew are looking into it, so we should know more soon.
I've got something to give you.
What is it?
A letter, given to me by a mysterious woman clad all in white. Asked me to give it to you, and the time was right. And this, I wanted to give you myself.
Is this...
Jian's journal. Found it in the fortress. I thought you should have it.
Thanks.
Okay. So we have his journal. And we have a letter from, I'm assuming it's from White Crow. Oh no, it's not. Megu. My name is Megu. I hail from the eastern continent across the sea while traveling here with my sister, who were attacked. Now find ourselves in grave danger. Okay, so we're going to have to... I wonder if this is one of the witches' quests. Because we do have witch quests in each of the regions. We did all of the ones in Hernand. We haven't done any in Pailune, and Horstein is referencing Demonis, so that's at least 2 other regions where we've not done any of the witch quests yet. Okay, this is Jian's journal, so he's sort of given an overview of the black bears. This would have been helpful at the beginning of the game, but I guess, you know, not. We have not met Paulus, I don't believe. At least not that I remember. So he was definitely thinking about if something should ever happen to him. Torstein is vice captain of the guards. So him we know. So maybe Paulus is dead. I don't know. And obviously, guys, if you want to read this, just pause the video and you can read it in full. Calfade, we've been there. Stefford Landford we met. Well, wait a minute. So does this mean Jian was not a Greymane? I thought he was. But he said they're allies, so it makes him seem like he is not a Greymane. Delicia, we've been to, but we haven't done anything there yet. So we have Pailune, we have Demonis, and we have Delicia. So we have three regions. I think there's maybe one other one. Okay, this is concern about the jackals. So I'm guessing if they ever wanted to do a prequel to this, it will be, you know, with or at least it could be with Jian as the protagonist. Okay, so he's saying if anything happens to him, Paulus and Torstein. And then someone to lead Pailune. Gerard, Clemens, Roderick, all three. I don't know whether we've met any of these guys. I guess maybe as we do things around Pailune, we may meet them. Because we haven't really done a lot in Pailune. I mean, we really just sort of got here. And like Hernan, there's a lot to do. To rebuild, there's the militia quests. I'll focus more on the militia quests, at least initially, before I get into the faction quests in this particular region. I also eventually will go back to the Pororan and the Scalastone.
Greetings.
Or Scalastone, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But those two places have researched. I started and I haven't finished the research. With the Pororan kids, I think I'm halfway done. With the Scalastone, I'm not even close. So we're going to ring the bell to open up the map. So you want to do this in every region. It really does help. If you can find it. They're not always easy to spot. This one wasn't easy to spot. Because there are all these little towers all over Pailune, or at least the city, the little town.
Finally,
you'll find one of the Pororan kids.
You're really good at finding people. I guess it's my turn to be Seeker, but I need to leave now, so I can't keep playing. Instead, I'll help you see this area so much better.
It's interesting. We've done a bunch of quests for them as well. They're a faction. Okay, so here are the Pailune. I keep saying Pailune. The Pailune militia quests. We're going to do them in order. We'll start with this one. Well, yeah, I think we'll do them in order, and then we'll do another of the main quest things where we sort of go after Mirrodin. Why did this one pop up? Yeah, I don't know why that popped up on my map. Yeah, because we're not doing anything in Dominus right now. There are so many. There's just so many things to do in the game, and in some respects, it makes it difficult to record content for it because you don't want to overburden people with all of the side quest stuff. If you did, you'd have 300 hours of content. Actually, you probably end up with like 500 hours of content, 300 hours of actual useful content versus, the stuff that you don't edit out. So yeah, it's always difficult. I know that all of the main quest stuff I am going to record. Well, I record more than that, but I'm actually going to post. Some of the interesting side quests I'll post as well. Every once in a while, if I'm going on the hunt for a particular weapon, I will post that too. So certain things I will, because it makes sense. Other things probably will not, because it's mundane. Like at some point, I am going to do a little scavenging for the stuff that I need to refine my weapons. And I don't need to show that. That's just me mining and finding fangs or whatever I need to upgrade whatever I'm going to upgrade, whatever I need to refine. And at some point in the camp, you'll be able to do farming. And I may show farming once, but I'm not going to show farming every week. Doesn't make sense. Yeah. And we have uploads every Tuesday and Friday. Just I don't remember whether I said that. I should say it at the start, either at the start or the end of each video. But every Tuesday and Friday. So I feel like I should make progress in the main story at least one of those 2 days. And others I can do some side stuff. Like I know the next video is likely me doing a lot of the militia stuff. And then the video after that, I'll feel more obligated to get back to the main story. And that's just for recording purposes. I play the game every day, so every day I'm doing something. So I'm expanding the map, doing certain things. And if you guys want to see some of that, let me know in the comments, and I will gladly keep some of that stuff in. And as you can tell, I am by no means a super gamer expert. I'm just a regular guy who loves to play certain types of video games. This is one of the types I like to play. My number one of all time is Elden Ring. I love Sekiro. I love all the Soulsborne stuff. So I definitely have a type. And then there are games I just won't play. I don't generally like multiplayer games. Although I did do Elden Ring's Night Rain, only because it was an Elden Ring title. But I'm not a fan of multiplayer games. That's just me. But I definitely enjoy the journey in all of these games. Like this one, it's a busy game. It was a little bit difficult initially because of the clunky controls. Okay, the reason I'm here is because there's a question mark on the map, and the question mark led to these ruins. So obviously there's a puzzle, which we're going to solve to get what I'm assuming is an abyss crescent that's in this thing somewhere. Okay, so it looks like we have these blocks, the 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, and we need to push them to open the doors. And we need to match the... That's not what I was wanting to do. We need to match the side of the little spinning block. We need to match that to the items that you see in the middle before the door closes. Alright, so the first is an axe. When it turns blue, you're good. So you're good. You go to the next one, and there should be a sword. Doesn't matter if it closes. As long as it's blue, you're good. And once you get all 3, I think they'll all open, and then the one in the middle will open, revealing the crescent. And you have to be quick. I'm not. You have to be sort of... Yeah, this is another one of those ones where it's a little clunky because of the camera. If you wonder why it went down, it's because it was still spinning and it must have spun to the shield. You know, before it closed, or while it was closing. So once you do this, you fly across, you grab the crescent, and you're done. And these are considered challenges too, by the way. So when you, I think when you grab it, it will tell you that you've achieved a particular challenge. Let's see. Yes, challenge completed. Five Finger Mountain Valley. And this is how you get free artifacts. I have a whole bunch. I think I have like 25 of the other ones that are tied to in-game challenges, like sliding down a hill, swimming a certain distance at top speed, using a shield, using a sword, those kinds of things. And so I probably need to spend a day doing a lot of that stuff. At least the ones I can do. Some of them aren't. Some of them are a little bit trickier than others. Like one is like, you know, carry 5 kinds of birds. So you just go to Hernan, go to the river, and just find birds. You know, the little ones that can't fly away. The ones that run, because you can easily just walk up to them and pick them up. Once you pick one up, that counts as 1. You can drop it, pick another one up, that counts as 2. So some of the challenges are very easy to do. Some of the challenges are very tricky to do. Okay, now why are we over here? We are over here to get a sword that I've heard a lot about. The Deathbringer, which is down here in this giant skeleton's mouth. Angle yourself perfectly to get it, but I wanted this sword. This is probably the sword I'm going to be using for the remainder of the game. I'll probably change out some of the abyss gears on it. Okay, now we'll get back to some of the other quests that we were supposed to do. This is actually a militia quest. So Shadow of the Beast. So we actually have a few bosses that we're going to be taking on, and they are all what you would call field bosses, not one of the 26 major bosses. Now that we're done with Ludvig. This is what we're trying to get to. I finally figured out how to do the triple jump. Just in case you guys wonder, why does this guy climb everything instead of just doing the jump and then the triple jump thing? You won't see it in this episode because I didn't figure it out until the next episode. But I finally figured it out. I was like, oh, that's how they've been doing this. So some of the descriptions in terms of how to do certain things in the game just isn't very clear, but eventually you do figure it out.
What's going on?
Oh, Greymane, we were scouting the area and found this man collapsed and badly wounded.
Lands across the river. I've already been overrun by black bear scum.
We need to treat his wounds now.
The Pailune Militia is in peril. I won't hide while they fight. Oh. We need reinforcements.
The militia need help. They're sorely outmatched. More will suffer his fate if we do nothing.
All right.
Truly? Then we'll get him treated right away.
Okay, so we're gonna try to find White Bear Claw. Now you have to be careful with this one because there are two. See the area straight ahead is an enemy camp, but that is not the one that you want to go to. That's a part of a different quest, by the way. Camp Bjornlund, and I didn't know that. So of course, what did I do?
You mage cuz, die!
Came out here like I have big balls and decided, let me just rescue this guy, fight these guys. And you can see the marker there in terms of the number of people at the camp. So you're not even close to like liberating this little camp. And it's really not the one. I don't know why I didn't look at the map. I should have just looked at the map. So I'm gonna fight these guys until I die, and then I'll go to the right place. Yeah, Casey is my go-to for picking up loot. You'll meet Snow, my other dog, my new dog, in the next episode. I need to get this horse a saddle too, by the way. I don't know what happened to my first horse. I see the horse when it's at Howling Hills, but the game won't let me summon the horse. Maybe I have to ride him out of Howling Hill. Okay, so this was not necessarily the smartest idea in the world. As you can see, Casey, the ever resourceful dog, will always go and hunt things down. It's like the scene from that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, the bears are very strong. And they're relentless. They'll keep coming after you. The key to them is to use your spinning slash over and over and over again. And you can ride the bear, I guess, if you beat it into submission, but as soon as you get off of the bear, he will attack you again. But if you're able to ride him, you can sort of work your way through an entire camp full of people because the bear hits really hard. So I'm using the sword Deathbringer, the one I just found. It has the Ator's laser thingies on it, which is pretty good. Now, block that. Yeah, once he grabs you, it's just really hard to get away from him. as you can see, he's eating me for lunch. So, damn. Wow. That was pretty graphic. Okay, so we're going to go to a checkpoint, and then we're going to go to the place that we were supposed to be going. So, what was I saying about the... Yeah, so you need to use Spinning Slash on the bears. You can ride the bears, which probably is your best bet. I don't know what happens when you ride the bear and you end up confronting another bear. But I think as of this recording, they don't stay tamed. I think there is a patch where you can now have a bear as a mount, versus just like this, finding him in the world, and then he goes back doing his own thing. Okay, so now we're heading to the area we're supposed to be heading to fight this bear claw guy. Again, that area back there is for a later quest, so we will eventually come back to have to fight whoever the boss of that area is. Okay, so the bear claw guy will attack you even before you get into the fort, so you have to be careful, and then you can't defeat him out here. I mean, he will eventually teleport back inside the fort. And so you have to be really, really careful not to use up all of your resources while you're trying to fight the guy outside. I don't know what that is over there, but you definitely are going to want it. And there must be a fast travel point nearby too. It's not that one. It's got to be something close. It's right here. Okay, here we go. This is good. So anyway, so if you're just wandering around out here, the bear claw guy will teleport out here, will fight you, and then teleport away. You won't be able to defeat him on the outside. You can only defeat him inside, and you can only interact with him. I don't think you have to get the number down to 0. We're at 84%. I don't think it has to be 0. But I was being really, really cautious. Since I'm the only one fighting these guys, I decided to create a choke point, which is my strategy for games with 1 million enemies. Except for Dynasty Warriors. I guess you don't need to do it in Dynasty Warriors. You just hack and slash. So I came up to this little corner. You get a good view of all the enemies. You want to snipe them, cause them to come up to you, and as they climb this little ladder, you can attack them. The main enemy, bear claw guy, who's down there at the lower level in the middle. I tried using explosive. Nothing worked on him, by the way. Poison arrows work on these guys. But it doesn't work on the bear claw guy. I did try it, and I can't summon these guys. So I don't know what scenario under which you can actually summon them. I know you can't summon them for major boss fights, but this is not a major boss. And I tried summoning them when I was just out in the world, and I couldn't summon them either. So I guess at some point I'll be able to summon them. I tried using poison, as you can see. That didn't work. He didn't respond. I'm just wasting poison here. Even though it looks like poison is procced on him, nothing happens. So at this point, I figured, okay, you know what? Just deal with the other enemies. Get that number down, and then if you just have this one guy left, then you can fight him without having his little minions all over you. So that's the goal. See, as long as they keep coming up here like this, we're gonna keep hacking at them. Casey's gonna keep going and getting whatever loot they drop. Unless my inventory is full, and of course, then Casey won't do that. Okay, so see, I shot him with a poison arrow. Now I'm going back to my replenishing. And the replenishing, you know, I've heard all these stories about replenishing is no good. Replenishing actually is pretty good. It's not infinite. So within the time frame that I play the game, I'm not going to go through 100 arrows. So I don't ever worry about running out. And I've never run out. And you still find arrows in the game, in the world. So you end up with more than 100 because you find arrows in the world and then you get the replenishing. Now, the bonus of the infinite arrows is that it's infinite for all kinds of arrows. So you can have one of each kind, a poison arrow, an explosive arrow, and a regular arrow, and that's all you need. With replenishing, that's only going to be true for regular arrows, not for poison arrows, and not for explosive arrows. I think I will invest a little bit more in my archery skills. I don't think it's maxed out at 3 or 5 or whatever the max is for it. Because I don't think I've ever one-shot an enemy with the bow. I also haven't refined this particular bow either. This is one of the legendary bows I went all over the map to find. It has 5 abyss gear slots. That's why I wanted it. 3 are occupied right now, and I want to save the 2 for infinite 1 and 2. I have before this episode's over, we'll get infinite 2. But you need infinite 1. I guess you can use greater as well. Or you can find 2 infinite 2s, and that'll do the same. That'll work well. Although I don't know whether there's 2 in the game. Okay. Now the bear claw guy knows I'm here. He's kind of tough.
At last, I get to take your head.
He never lets that shield go, which is a pain in the ass. He has an ice attack.
You've been a thorn in my side for far too long.
Which probably does less damage to me because I'm using the Frost Curse armor.
Time to put an end to you.
Although apparently he can still freeze me.
It's forever ours to rule.
He does a lot of jumping.
Don't get so cocky. Nearly ended you once already.
As you can see, it's easier to build his stagger meter than it is to take his health down.
Your resistance doesn't make a single difference.
I was trying to slow time to see if I can time his strikes. But the red ones aren't blockable, so and he does a lot of those. Okay, he caught me mid-animation to try to slice him, and he went. Another unblock. I tried to get him out of it. Yeah, you can just dodge those jumps when the spikes come out of the ground. I've been dodging backwards, but you may be able to roll towards them and avoid them as well. I'm not sure. Whenever I play cautious like this, it just takes a lot of time, and I do no damage to him. So it doesn't really pay. It doesn't pay to be. Oh my god! That's all I need is a freaking bear. it doesn't really pay to be ultra cautious in some of these fights, in the boss fights. And there's nothing that I can use nature's grasp with. So it's really in this fight, it seems like it's about timing. So see, I successfully dodged, but I should have been ready to follow up with a strike. I'm trying to slow time, but I keep hitting L3 instead of L3 plus R3. Okay, yeah, he does that 3 times. Very annoying, and if you're not locked on, it's easy to get hit. Okay, so I should be able to do a finisher. Yeah. So that's the benefit of getting his posture break thing, or his stagger meter built up, is that it gives you some free hits. There are some enemies that you can sort of take down their health pretty quickly. They're not as tanky. This guy's pretty tanky. It's because of his shield. I know why he's tanky. Yeah, he's blocking a lot. He's blocking a lot of strikes. I think that move when he jumps up probably is one of those moves where I know he's jumping up. I should just do turning slash, because I think that you do have some invincibility frames. Instead of waiting for him to jump, land, and then doing it. He's not even giving me a chance to heal. See, so even though he blocked that hit, and of course knocking me away, it built up the stagger. So I guess there's still a benefit to doing it even though he seems to be blocking everything. Okay, another finisher. I got a little bit greedy that time. I was trying to finish him off and missed it. So yes, if I die, I will be using a Palmer pill. I will not be starting this fight all over again. There you have it. I died. I'm using a Palmer pill. Is that what you call selling? Yeah, I guess that's what you call something, because I had to fight. I mean, he had a sliver of health left, and I got cautious, and he got aggressive. And of course, I was at full health with the refined Palmer pill, but now he's taken half of that away. I need to go on the attack. See the difference between playing passively and being aggressive. Because if I just stood back, he would have continued to just chip away at me. Okay, so because we still have 70% of these men here, we're gonna have to take all of them out for this place to be liberated.
This one's facing.
Which I guess is one of the downsides to fighting the boss before you take all these guys out.
The North has no
Because usually the boss is hidden away so you can sort of clear the place before you have to fight him. But in this particular case, it's not a very large area. Okay, so we have some Pailunese prisoners in here somewhere. Sorry guys, you have to wait while I use the grindstone. It's been a long fight. So we got our grindstone going. And we're gonna rescue. Why is the music playing like that? There's no people in here. Okay. So I guess the reason the area in the middle is still clouded like that is because I haven't liberated the camp yet. Because I've defeated the enemy. So I guess the Shadows of the Beast quest isn't complete until I defeat them all. So there's a timber warehouse, barracks, and infirmary. I don't know what this place is considered, but there are these buildings around this place. You can go and snag any loot that you see. I don't know where Casey went. He ran off somewhere. And the only reason I do this is because I'm either going to take it and sell it to Rhett, or give it to, I think his name is Luke, at the Howling Hills camp. Either way is a benefit, so. I love just picking these guys off of the back of the bear. And then he comes running in here like he's gonna do something. Like, buddy, the stairs are to your left. What are you doing? Oh shoot! He's got his bear buddy with him. I don't think the bear can get up here, so we're good. I am wrong. The bear apparently knows how to use stairs. I'll be damned. Yes, he does. Okay, so we're gonna run from the bear. Oh shoot. Okay, maybe he died. Maybe that'll take him out. Is he dead? No, he is not. Okay. The toughest enemy in the game is the bear. Okay, so getting rid of him was important. And having been murdered twice now by bears. Oh shoot. I'm not meaning to do L3 here. I don't know why I keep pressing it accidentally. Yikes. What am I supposed to do? I guess eventually I have to fight him, which I was trying to avoid. I was hoping he would just go away. The arrows don't seem to have any impact on bears. And I didn't want to, you know, show me shooting the bear 30 times with a bow and arrow. It seems to ultra cruel. But he wouldn't die. I did shoot him a lot of times. He just would not die. So I decided I'm going to have to fight him. Well, once I figure out how to not fall to my death. I see him on the map. I don't think he can jump down. No, he runs down the steps. All right. Okay, so it seems like there's no other way. I wonder if I can jump on him and stab him. Oh, he's coming up the stairs again. Okay. Okay, yeah, the bear is strong. But I think I have to fight him. I mean, this is crazy. He's just chasing me all over the place. He's not going to let go, and I'm not going to get the achievement of completing this place until all of them are gone, and he just won't let me go. So we're going to get into the right headspace. He can't reach me here. So did he go away? No, he's right there. Okay, so I decided enough is enough. We're gonna fight him. The poor Pailune guys is just like doing his sorrowful, please help me, I'm busy running around fighting a bear. Or maybe he can't figure out how to get out. Is that what it is? Well, you got in, so you must know how to get out. So we're at the point where we're just gonna fight him. We're gonna use heavy attacks and and the turning slash over and over again. Okay. Actually, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. We're going to take his bear hide. We can always sell it. Inventory's full. That's why Casey went away. I hate when that happens. I will say my inventory has been expanding pretty darn good. There's another person playing this game. I've been watching their gameplay, and I'm shocked at how little they've expanded their inventory. But then again, you know, he's not carrying all the stuff that I'm carrying around, like the 25 Abyss, must be like 14 or 15 Abyss gears, and then there are the Abyss artifacts, the sealed artifacts that I'm carrying. I'm carrying a bunch of stuff that I don't need to carry, and I should probably store back at my little house. No, not the tent. I actually have a little house that's across the river from Howling Hill. And in that house, you have a cuckoo pot cooler, so you can put food stuff in. I have another box for collectibles, and there's one for jewelry. So I have 3 different little boxes in the house.
owe you a great debt.
And there may be others that you can find in the game, like one for ore and stuff like that. So you don't have to keep it all in your... And there's actually, you know what? There's a wardrobe. I have these different armor sets that I didn't want to sell, that I probably can put in the wardrobe and take them out of my inventory. So I'll probably do that off camera, but I'll figure it out, and then eventually I'll show you guys the little house. It's got pictures on the walls and stuff like that. It's still rather sparse. Still needs a little bit more work. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to kite the enemies into this space and take them on. So as long as a bear doesn't run in here, we're good. Down to 43%. Did see one guy run out, but they are coming from these other little out areas, like the infirmary and the timber warehouse. So instead of having to go to each one of those places to take them on, they seem to be just coming in here. I am curious to know what a fully refined version of this weapon would do to these enemies.
Send them all to the grave.
But considering I've been able to get through the bosses with the weapons I have without having them maxed out, I guess says it's certainly possible to not refine them up to max level and still be able to progress through the game. Okay, Casey's back and is ever dutiful, running immediately over to get. So in this particular instance, you could go back to Howling Hill because it's a fast travel point. I don't think all of the enemies will respawn. Certainly the boss will not. So you could go back to Howling Hill, sell all this stuff or store it all, and then come back here and then collect more stuff and then sell that when you're done. If you're interested in helping your camp out, I've seen varying degrees to which people do that. Some people have it set up so the camp is automatically making money because of different dispatch quests. In some respects, I think that's the easiest way to do it. Depending on the number of Greymanes that you've found. For the longest, I had found only 6.
You should have run away.
And if you do those Greymane quests, you'll find more. And in some cases, they're pretty easy. You talk to Marius, he will send you to where he heard a rumor. You go to where the rumor is, and the guys are usually standing around talking. There's no real fight. You just go to them, and they say, "Oh my God, Kliff, you're alive!" And you have a little dialogue, and you tell them, "Oh well, we have a camp. It's called Howling Hill," and then you meet them back at Howling Hill. And the reason for doing that is that then it allows you to do more of the dispatch quests. Okay, so we finally liberated this place. Took way longer than it should. So now that we're done with that, we're going to do another little random quest. And that is one I mentioned when we started, the Harpy Queen. Because we want to get the Abyss Gear Infinite Arrows 2. No, I don't have infinite arrows 1 or infinite greater arrows. I will try to synthesize that. So we're just making the transition to the Harpy Queen area. Okay, it is a quest, by the way, as part of the militia, the Pailune Militia. So we made it all the way across the map. And of course, where would a harpy nest be? At the frickin' top of the hill. So that's where you want to go. There are wolves, and then there are shadow harpies or lesser harpies. I don't know what you call the little harpies. There are those that are around. Those are the wolves. Oh, by the way, if you fight the wolves, if you kill the wolves, you get the fangs that you need for some of your upgrades. But I'm not really here for that at this point. I'm here for the Harpy Queen. So that's my goal. So Wolfie, if you can climb the side of this mountain, then we'll fight. If you can't, then I'm after your queen, or the Harpy Queen. I don't know whether it's your queen, but it's a queen. You look down there, they're all there looking at me. There is also in this area, there are a couple of things. There's a cave with some loot. There are obviously the Harpy Queen, and there are those guys. Lots of loot up here too, by the way. I don't know whether the loot respawns. If it does, you should remember where this is. Alright. So the Harpy... Yeah. The Harpy Queen is not that difficult. You just need to... First of all, you need to get up to the nest, because the little baby harpies are a pain in the neck. Now, the only thing that really works against them, you can use your arrow, which I've done, and they only work, the arrows will work on these particular harpies, but they will not work on the shadow harpies. The blinding flash works on both types of harpies, the shadow harpies and these harpies. So you just have to sort of figure out which one you want to use. As you can see, using the arrow is just very difficult unless they're close or unless they stop. And some of them will do like that, will stop, and you can actually hit it if you time it right. You know, but it may be a fool's errand. I don't think you need to kill all of the harpies. If you defeat the queen, they all run away. But the key is you don't want to get knocked off this hill again. I need to regain some stamina and then go up. Get close to the middle so I can't get knocked off, because I'm not sure whether it was one of the little ones or the big one that knocked me off. The Harpy Queen has these little tornado thingies that she spawns, but she will also fly down and attack you. So you don't want to be close to the edge when that happens. So you want to get away from the edge as quick as you can. That is Karanda, the Harpy Queen. Those are the little tornado thingies. And again, having Frost Curse on is really good. As you can see, you can do some damage, but she's always going to fly off. She's getting hit by Ator's lasers when she comes down. She's gonna strafe the ground when she comes down like that. Yeah, these little tornadoes can blow you off of the hill, which you don't want. really crazy because you can't lock on. It's just nearly impossible to lock on. You see them doing damage. The key is to keep moving to avoid the little tornadoes. Dodge when she does that. She'll stay down enough for you to get some hits on her when she does that. And as you can see, her stagger meter is going up. So you definitely want to use your focus forced palm. You want to use that. At this point, I did not have the focus ability where I can repel the stuff that they're shooting at me and fire back at them, which would have been helpful. Nature Snare. I didn't have Nature Snare at this time. But this just demonstrates that you don't need it to win this fight. And I'm playing on normal difficulty. So even at normal difficulty, you can still defeat some of the difficult bosses. It just takes some time. And it takes you figuring out how best to sort of do this. Fortunately for me, I didn't die during this fight, which is pretty amazing since I die a lot in a lot of fights. And I was prepared to. So I'm just shooting charge shots at her, which is getting her stagger meter up. Got her on the ground. I'm doing as much damage as I can do. Okay, so she's pissed off and she's gonna leave with all of her little minions. Beat Karanda, faction quest, Queen of the Skies. So I don't know whether this means we're gonna face her again. There's so many of the bosses that have run off, but I can't tell whether they're run off and we're gonna face them at the end, or whether they ran off and we don't have to worry about them again. Like Ludvig ran off and we ended up having to fight him as Oongka. So I'm not sure. Like Mirrodin ran off. I'm guessing we're going to have to fight him again. So I'm not really sure about Karanda. But you get a lot of great loot, right? So this nest region is liberated, which means she shouldn't be back. We have some loot that was sent to... We're going to have to check that, actually. The loot that was sent to our we got some rings. We have a whole boatload of gold. We have multiple chests. We have some money bags. The crude gold bars is what we have, and there are probably 50 of them up here. They're not worth as much as regular gold. They're worth between 5 and 7 silver. The 7, there's a particular vendor that will give you 7. All the other vendors will give you 5. So it takes a while. I've sort of edited some of it out, but it takes probably good 15 or 20 minutes to go through and pick everything up. As you can see, I have, 90 something out of these gold bars. So that's what, 700 silver, almost 700. Well, I guess almost 500 silver if I just go to a regular person, a regular vendor. And you see the little cogwheel in the middle of the map again. That means if you want to fight Karanda again, you just click on that and you can have another fight with her, which I have no desire to do. Okay, so We have one more boss that we are going to fight, and then we'll wrap this up. It's part of the militia quest, so it's within our stuff to do. The quest is Hunting Red, and the Bloodwalker Crussis is who we're going to be fighting. Easy fight, probably the easiest fight in the game. So this will be quick, and then we'll wrap up at that point. And when we come back in episode 12, we will actually really get into main story stuff for chapter 8. Yeah, we'll get more into the whole Blood Coronation thing. But for now, we're just doing some militia quests.
One taste of that sweetness is enough to charm the heart of any man.
A blood-red pool. Just the thought of it.
And it's nearby, so you don't have to go very far for this one. And once we do this, like I said, in the next episode, we're going to delve more into chapter 8, which is going to take us into Demonis. And that'll be, I guess, next Tuesday's episode. This episode here will drop on Friday. And so next Tuesday, you'll see the episode that I'm referring to. And in the meanwhile, I will probably do more side stuff. And if it's some interesting side stuff, I'll cover it. Like, if I start doing the witch, sanctum absolute, the sanctum clearance thingies, I'll record that as well. So I'll record clearing some of those, and then maybe the research, because I believe there's additional research coming up in one of the new regions, but we haven't completed the research in Pororan or the research at Skelastone. So we want to do that. The thing about Skelastone, actually both of them, is it costs money. So it costs Kliff money, not camp money, right? Because the camp is doing well right now. Kliff, on the other hand, isn't as wealthy as he should be. Although now that I have all these gold bars, I'm going to hang on to them until I really need them for stuff like that. So there's definitely some interesting things. That pool over there, that red pool, that's the enemy. He's a little bit like the Red Mist boss that we fought earlier, but much easier. Although actually, maybe he's not much easier, I just didn't have this particular technique to use during that fight. In this one, you're basically just using a force pulse to knock him down, and so you gather this, gather your focus your force, and then you want to unleash it, which will knock him out of the air. As you can see, the stagger meter is already high. You get lots of damage in before it starts again. And you're basically rinsing and repeating. The camera would not do that. It would be much more helpful. So you do this, and once you unleash, it will knock him down. Actually, I don't know why I came out of that. Thing is, I can't tell how close he's supposed to be to do this. Right, there we go. See his stagger meter is built up. Taking his health down. The only limit is your stamina at this point. So you want to do the same thing again. Okay, he was able to hit me that time. Dodge. It's easy to dodge, although I'm going to do this. So you don't have to let it build all the way up. You just need to build up enough to knock him down. And the fight is over. That's it. Don't forget to snag the core of the artifact. Well, you have the artifact and you have a core of the artifact. And then you want to seal this in your cuckoo pot. Yeah, the other player I was watching didn't have a cuckoo pot, and he was at this point in the game. I'm like, how did you get to this point in the game without the cuckoo pot? Unless he had it and then stored it in his camp inventory somewhere. So I went into this little cave because I thought there was something to do in here, because it's a cave and there's nothing in here. I couldn't tell whether this was supposed to be a breakable wall. Nothing happens. It didn't even move. So I assumed it is not. So at an hour and a half or so in, we're going to wrap this episode up. And when we come back in episode 12, we are going to move into main quest stuff for chapter 8. We're going to meet a couple of new characters. And we're going to do a series of mini quests. They're sort of all connected with the main quest. So should be interesting. And then we'll see what happens next. I'm not sure what we'll do after that. I think I'll probably move through until I get to the end of chapter 8. And then I'll do... See, I don't know. This chapter 7 ran right into chapter 8. So probably before I get to the end of chapter 8, I will do some side content to show you guys. I will go back to the camp, show you guys what's happened to the camp. We've expanded the camp. It's coming along. It's got a little farm. It's got a bunch of stuff. I'll show you guys a little house that I live in now, which I think is also fun. And so it probably won't be after the next episode I'm talking about. We'll probably do a little bit of mundane things just so that you guys can sort of see where we are. Let's talk to this guy.
What?
Let him know we took care of his problem.
You slew the blood-hued monster.
Yep. Where's my money?
Shrugged off our every attack. I mean, how did you? Remarkable.
That's because I'm
At last, true peace returns to Pailune. I must spread this news to the entire town.
Okay.
Here, this is the reward for ridding us of that monster.
Okay, as you can see, I have a different shield than the one I had, although I may switch back. I have to check out the defense stats on the shields. So we are done. Thank you guys for joining me in episode 11 of Crimson Desert. To my new subscribers, thank you guys for joining me on this journey. Crimson Desert is a bit of a long one, but it's fun. So if you like this type of game, you'll enjoy it. If you don't, then you probably wouldn't have joined the channel in the first place. But in any case, I will see you guys in episode 12. Thank you. This is Reg with PaxAriaGaming saying enjoy, and I will see you guys in the very next episode. We'll do more militia stuff. We'll do, actually in the next one, we'll do mostly main quest. And in the episode after that, we'll do a lot of side stuff. All right, take care. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. Uploads every Tuesday and Friday.